America is exactly what Trump represents. Trump represents America to the fullest, their fullest idea. What does that mean? America is a slave and failed state. What more needs to be said or elaborated on? If you do not heal the people that built the country, which is American descendants of chattel slavery, if you do not heal the people by decreasing the wealth gap substantially, meaning that the white man will no longer be on top, then you will be at a position like this no matter what. I don't think people understand the economic impact that is happening to not only this country, but around the world. China already said, this is going to be a moment in history where you all are going to have to make a decision, a real decision about your place in the world. They're already telling you the way that you're acting and the oppressive nature of what you're doing, pretty much you're not going to be successful. And the thing is, we don't build anything in this country. Nothing's built. You know why? They spend all their time trying to oppress from black people, black American descendants of chattel slavery. They spend all their time trying to oppress us, that they cut their nose to spite their face, and now everybody's getting fucked, right? And I say, let everybody get fucked then. If you're not going to do what is necessary, then everybody needs to go ahead and experience what life is like as a black American descendant of chattel slavery. That's what all of you are about to experience. And I'm for it. Because the things that people are experiencing now are just a microcosm of America. This is exactly what you all are. You elected Trump, and then you put up Joe Biden up there to go against him. So two underqualified, can't speak, rapist, fucking with children motherfuckers. You have these who locked black people up, kept black people out of stuff. They stole everything they have. Their parents stole everything they have by, especially Trump's father, Trump, who purposely kept black people and other minority groups out of having housing, put them in deplorable states. And then Trump just did the same thing. These people aren't good people. None of these people are. These are slave owners. I mean, my friend was telling me something really wonderful about how, what do they call it? Slave trading cards. I think he got the term from a comedian. But people are fighting for slave trading cards. What's that? Money. People are fighting over something that has no value when human beings have the value, and they're destroying people. They're ruining people's lives, and they refuse to do anything to help people. Again, if you don't want to help the weakest people who created and who made the country the superpower that it is, you're going to fail. And by the way, just for science purposes, there's going to be another pandemic, but the next one ain't going to be so sweet like this one. This is like these are like the sprinkles on top of what's really going to happen in the future, because the next thing that they are worried about is antibiotic resistant viruses. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time. You know, you have to look at a lot of different factors like climate change. You know, since it's getting hotter, there's going to be more bacteria. So it just makes sense. And then we have to also look at how we eat. I mean, the way that America is run and the way that America's culture is not sustainable anywhere. It's a poison. Like I said, it's a slave state. It's a failed state. It's slave, like the colonist mentality has permeated throughout the world. It's not working. It only works for a particular class of people. And they've brainwashed people. America has done a wonderful job at doing this like ridiculous marketing about themselves as though they're like these wonderful human beings. When really, they're a bunch of people perpetuating the bullshit. Right? And people are, and nobody wants to identify it. And then when people identify it, they're like, oh, it's too much work. I'm scared. I don't want to put in the work that's required to change things. And I'm just like, I don't know. Black people have been dying. Haven't stopped dying for their rights. They haven't stopped fighting. They haven't given up. Yeah, there's people who make, black people look bad. I hate to use that terminology because it really is a racist terminology. But people who want to perpetuate the issues in the United States because, one, either they can get something for it, like they can get some crumbs, right? Or they are, perpetuating white supremacy and this failed state because in some way they think that this is the only way when it isn't. You can look at the countries around the world and see that there are countries who are doing way better. I mean, again, the marketing scheme that has been played by America has really brainwashed. I mean, it brainwashed people into thinking that everything was good, everything's okay, and when it's not, it's far from okay. We're far from being the best at anything. We're far from being anything that you would say of any kind of excellence. And the debates last night, these things aren't going to get better. No matter what they say, they're not giving you any kind of policies. And I love it because I want this to get worse. And actually, I do think that Trump is going to win. And why do I think Trump is going to win? Because no one's taking this shit seriously. And it's so clear. It's so clear that nothing is going to change during this election. I already said I'm not voting for Trump and I'm not voting for Biden. I'm going to vote for policies. I'm going to vote for other candidates that I believe are, need to be elected, because they've already been rigging the elections because they understand that the demographic is changing. Like all these older white people, they're dying, but they're perpetuating their legacy because their family members believe in this stuff. Their family members perpetuate these things. When people say, oh no, my grandfather was the one that was racist, not me. I didn't benefit from racism. Yes, you did. And all of you who aren't addressing the issues and giving reparations to black